fact that life happens and we recognize it for what it is and we pivot. And it is, you know, sometimes it's hard to really say, well, my God, why me? And what I'm realizing is that why not me? Because he wasn't going to give it to you if he didn't know you can handle it, because it's all I look at it as preparation. And I guess in all stage of life, we all go through the same thing. I've been there, you know, not the exact scenario, but similar. So I can relate. So, but not getting stuck. And we find so many people get stuck. So your message today is going to touch some hearts. It's going to touch some souls. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you for listening. I know you can identify, Miss McNair. What do you pulled out of something that when shift happens and you probably asked the question yourself, now what?
It's quite interesting because yes, I was over here shaking my head. I'm like, wow, because um in the transition in the very beginning and still now sometimes with certain things because there I don't know everything. So I'm my mother or she, even now she's teaching me. It's crazy. But my biggest hurdle, so to speak, was loving beyond me because for so long I didn't have to do it. Living my life in such a single way and always moving because of the career I had. Um, Relationships and friendships was always changing because I was always moving. So to actually come back to North Carolina and be so situated with like just my family, my siblings, my nieces and nephews, and then for my mother to and her little fur baby at that time to come and be in my everyday life like overnight, so to speak, it was that was a big shift happening for me. And there were a number of times when I had the opportunity, like, okay, mom, I need you to give me a minute. So I had to come upstairs, close my door, go in my closet, and just yell or scream because I was irritated that this was what the canvas of my life was looking like. In the very beginning, it's embarrassing, but I'm gonna be honest. In the very beginning, I felt which inconvenienced. like I didn't get married, I didn't have children, so why out of 5 children is this my responsibility? And it felt like it was my responsibility alone. I'm not going to say my siblings were not helping me, but in that moment of time it felt like, look around, it's just you. So I was kind of irritated, I was frustrated, I felt like this should not be a chapter in my life. However, fast forward, that opening of that chapter has taught me a wealth of things that I would never have known to directly ask God for. I would not have directly in I would not have known that I needed growth in. And I look at it and appreciate it so differently now. So now when I look at my mother, I can genuinely look at her and in my silent voice, like, Lord, thank you for my mother. Lord, thank you for
Mm.
trusting me to be her caregiver because I didn't realize even before my mother came to be with me, there were elements of me that I displayed that I wasn't even my own best caregiver. So now I get to be somebody else's. So
Yeah.
it gave me the opportunity to be not only her caregiver, but a better caregiver and just a better governor of life for myself as well. And I did not know I needed that. I mean, we all need that in some degree, but I did not know I needed that the way that I needed it. So that
Wow.
growth, like I said, it continues to be an ongoing growth and lesson. And she has no idea the wealth and the gratitude, the depth of lessons I get to learn sometimes just by simply being able to look over at her. And even with all these challenges that she's embraced, she has never ever complained. And how dare I
Mhm.
complain when my life just shifted but hers drastically changed. Yeah.
Wow. I love that. I love that. Oh, I love that. And that thing about God is going to develop in me, I know more about the cup. Because I was like, it was a cup of soup for me. And me and Sonia was talking about you'll hear about her nan and a cup of tea for her. And then Jesus, a cup. He said, can the cup pass from me in the Garden of Gethsemane?
Right.
but then not my will, your will be done. It's something about that cup, and it's symbolic, and you had to accept your own cup. And I love what Diane, you hit it. Why not me? Why not you? You were built for this. God doesn't give us something we can't bear. We're supposed to cast all our cares on him anyway. He lifts us up to handle the call, the
Yeah.
mission. Why not? So I'm gonna play two things and I'll be done, I think. The first one is the commercial, and then the next one is my own personal brand song. And I need to see everybody in the chat send me a message. Yes, Miriam, I want you to work with me. I need my own brand song. Send me your links. Hit me up at Facebook, direct message, because I'm on Facebook all the time. I'm also on LinkedIn and I'm also on Instagram, but I look at Facebook all the time. So we can set up a time so I can hear your heart as well. And then I'm going to play two things. And then Sonia, again, thank you for just giving me the graciousness to work with you as well. We're going to be coming down the pike, ladies, with a dual coach package. Keep your eyes peeled. Got some great things coming down the pike, but as I begin to share.
Miriam, before you share, I just want to give my personal testimony to all that are listening right now. Miriam is a breath of fresh air in the coaching world. You know, she brings her own unique style, and it's with love and it's with kindness. And she understands you. You know, she gets just through, there's something about a song and your story. All of a sudden, you start opening up, and you know, I'm a coach, and so I do the traditional way, but Miriam, it is like sitting down and having a cup of tea, and you're just chatting, and before you know it, you're crying and you're laughing, and we're crying and laughing together. And all of a sudden, a story evolves. So mine yesterday was about my grandmother, and you know, the messaging that came through, it's like the message of God because it's just beautiful and it's just profound. So if you want that song and you want that story, I'm going to encourage all of you because it is a beautiful way of finding your light. So thank you, Miriam. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the you're gonna make me cry. Thank you for the opportunity for the safe space. That's my heart. I needed to have a safe space when my shift happened. And music, my mom was a music teacher, AKA she went to Howard University with Roberta Flack, just name dropping, yeah, I am. And music has always been a bent in my life, and it was what saved me through my most difficult points. And so it is my joy to hear your stories. As a storyteller, as a writer, I used to do corporate communications and write people's stories because they wanted to boost up our internal appreciation for one another in the company. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed somebody when I was first meet them up in Teams. Hey, I'm Miriam. I'd be doing my little Teams drive by. I'd like to interview you. And the first thing come out their mouth, I'm so bored. I don't got nothing to say. I was like, okay, so let's talk. Then when their story is published and everybody is engaged and say, oh, wow, you're awesome. And then when they read it themselves, as my girl said, she read her own story and it was therapy. It was like, wow, the light bulb went off. Everybody has a unique voice. I had a unique voice that was trying to be choked, literally. And so I'm here so that you can reclaim your voice. You can resuscitate your dream. You can rebound from whatever setback that I feel like was just a setup for the next. You can renew your mind. We're supposed to have the attitude and the mind of Christ anyway. Think on things above, not on stuff on this earth. and then we can rewrite our story narrative. Yeah, we have a past. We don't have to be stuck in the past. We can use it to propel us for the now and the next. So it is my joy. It's not making me cry. It's my joy to be able to be in your presence and hear your greatness and hear your story and hear your heartbeat and just be able to elevate it out there, however God gives. So I treasure that and thank you for giving me that confidence to be able to hear it and work with you and share. Yeah, thank you. So, hi, got new folks. Oh, love that. I'm going to share my 40-second victory commercial. This is my first commercial, y'all. I am just so excited. I'm like, little old me got a commercial, and it was an answer prayer because I was like, Lord, I need a media page on my website, and boom. Next day, I won. I don't ever win anything. Have y'all ever put yourselves on a lottery and you know you never win? Everybody else's name sitting around you get winning. I don't ever win anything. And it was pulled. My name was on the screen. And God gave me up to $2,000 of free media access. Check that out. When you have a mission, when you have a call, when shift happens, he's already working on the behind the scenes for your message to be known. So we're going to continue to welcome people in, share this real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and be available